Life is really simple and so straightforward. We're here on earth to have fun. The only reason why life feels hard, feels complicated, is because we're not listening to ourselves, not listening to the answers and guidance within us, our own inner voice. So many of us prioritize the opinions of others, the doubts, the fears, the opinions of what society deems valuable instead of what we deem valuable. I think the key to a happy life is allowing yourself to have fun, allowing yourself to see the beauty in your day-to-day, to be open to receiving blessings from surprising sources, and to delight in the simple routines of your everyday life. For me, I get so much pleasure out of cleaning my house and doing yoga on my mat in the mornings and making my daily veggie bowl with my favorite ingredients: arugula, hummus, Japanese tofu, things that I love. Quinoa, of course, lots and lots of quinoa. Lighting a candle, reading a favorite book. These are things I find so much pleasure in, and when I actively prioritize and make time for them every day, I find they add so much sparkle to my everyday life. I recently moved to a small village in France, right on the border of Spain, in Basque country. My husband's an English teacher, and as we move every few years, we move ourselves and our possessions with us. I feel such freedom in my life living the way that we do. I've never felt more free than I do right now at 28. We have this ability to call anywhere home and to find joy and love and connection anywhere we move. We're not attached to any one person, people, places, possessions. As long as we have each other and we're together, and as long as I have a yoga mat and my journal and some kind of creative art form to play with or some skill to learn, I am content. I am so good and peaceful with wherever I am. It's really important to know what you value, to know who you are and what you want out of this one singular lifetime, this one precious existence that you have. And I feel like I'm living it. I feel like right now I'm living this dream that I dreamed about when I was 23. I have a nomadic, free-spirited heart, one that yearns to travel and see every inch of this beautiful planet. But I also seek comfort in a small town or village where I can call home for a year or two at a time. And this is my new home, my small village in Basque, and I'm so excited to share it with you. One thing I know to be true is that we're here on earth to have fun. We're here to try new things, and we're here to play. We're here to fall, make mistakes, and we're here to get right back up again. As we grow up, the world hardens us, expectations put upon us, We let the opinions of others sway us from the inspiration that's always calling to us. And we allow the doubt, the fears of others guide our own path, instead of quietly listening to the soft, loving whispers within. Freedom is found when you learn how to block out the noise. We've also forgotten how to believe in magic and miracles. We've forgotten that the universe wants us to shine bright, to live fully and true to our soul's deepest desires. Life is always supporting us in our growth. Things are always happening for us, for our evolvement. If we were meant to be stagnant, we would. But we're not trees. We're not rooted to the earth. We're here on earth to move, to change, to grow, to evolve. I believe that the worst thing in life is not death, but in not evolving, not growing, not changing, but remaining stagnant. When we force ourselves to be a certain way based on who we were a year ago, or 2 years ago, or even 6 months ago, that's when we remain stuck. That's when we remain uninspired by life and the many blessings it offers us. Allow yourself to change. It's okay to do something different, to do what other people aren't expecting from you, to go against what you've always done. It's okay to quit. It's okay to leave things behind. We're told that to change your mind is flaky, that following your dreams and doing what you want to do is selfish. But who's actually the more selfish one? The person living true to themselves, quietly living and dancing to the beat of their own drum? Or the person telling them that what they're doing and how they're living is wrong? Life becomes a lot more fun when you learn to let go, when you ignore the distractions, the voices of the minds that live in fear. Life becomes so easy and so simple when you honor that little voice inside you, that voice that wants to be brave, that wants to play, the inner voice that wants to take chances, that wants to try new things. The inner voice that isn't attached to any old identity of you or who you used to be or what you used to do or how you used to say things. The inner voice that only lives in the now. The inner self that is you doesn't live in the future and it doesn't exist in the past. It only knows what is present. It only lives in what is happening right now in this singular moment. Take a deep breath. Look at what is happening right now around you. Bring the attention and observe the now. I'm so in awe of how the universe brought me here, because every single region that Alex and I have lived in has been so incredibly different from the next. Strasbourg, Alsace is so different from Corsica. Corsica being its own thing, its own culture, its own way of life. And then moving here to Basque Country, right on the border of Spain. Some of the best surfing in the world is here in my small town. And surfing is something I've been wanting to do since a little over a year ago when I went home to San Diego to visit my mom. I had been wanting to surf or learn how to surf, and so I met up with a friend from high school and we went surfing, and I got a wetsuit, and I've been wanting to really get into surfing, and it's just the opportunity has never presented itself. You know, surfing isn't big in Corsica, and so there's no waves to catch really, so I never got the chance to learn how to surf there. But now that I'm here in the most surf friendly places in the country. I'm just so excited to learn how to surf and like really get on a board and start doing that as like a hobby. I'm really excited. One of the things that I've always been really good at in my life is trusting, like having the ability to trust that life will support you. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where I learned this, but I think it's probably my Jupiter ascendant, honestly. But I will say that trust is a thing that you build, and it's like a muscle. And the more that you allow life to guide you, and you allow life and the universe to present you what you're meant to have, when you start allowing that, right, just allowing the universe to take you where you're meant to be, and you trust and lean and rely on life, you'll find time and time again that life always supports you. Even when there are challenges, even when there are things you don't like, right? There's always going to be contrast. There's always going to be things that are unpreferable to us. But when you lean into trust, when you lean into surrender, when you lean into trusting life, that life will guide you, there's something really magical about that. And it really makes you a happier person, or at least a more peaceful person, a more content person. I have such immense faith and trust in life, that life will always take me where I'm meant to be, and I don't have to worry or stress about it or fear that life isn't guiding me. There's just this immense faith in life. And you know, I'm not religious. I don't belong to any particular religion. If anything, maybe Buddhism, but I'm strictly just a spiritual person on my own path and my own spiritual journey. And I just have found that really allowing life to take you where you're meant to be, allowing life to surprise you, allow life to delight you. I was a little nervous about this area, to be honest. I had very low expectations of, you know, what to expect here in this new region that we're in. But I trusted that the universe wanted us here. Like, this is what the universe wanted. The universe wanted us to be here. And I leaned into that trust, even when I was skeptical or doubtful, or just, you know, uncertain about this particular, you know, region of Basque Country here in France. And so I just want to let you know that when you are scared, when you are uncertain, when you have a lot of the unknowns presented to you and you don't know what to do, I really encourage you to lean into trust, to allow the universe to take you to where you're meant to be, and to know that you can't get this life wrong. You can't get any of this wrong, because what's for you will not go past you, and what's meant to be will always be. As I've gotten older, with time, I have seen repeatedly how every time I lean into faith and I lean into trust, the universe always meets me halfway. The universe always has my back, and the universe is always there to support me when I'm falling. Always, always. And it's kind of hard to explain. It's just, you know, anyone who believes in God or believes in something, you know, nature, you know, the universe, whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about when I talk about just the feeling of trust in life and trusting in the magic of life, even when it's hard, even when there's pain and challenge and difficulty. Just leaning into that idea of surrender. I'm so in awe that the universe led me here, because I truly, like, this is one of my favorite places I've ever lived. I hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed, you know, seeing a peek at my new town that I'm going to be living in for the next year. So give this video a thumbs up, and also check out my Patreon if you haven't already. I have a Patreon, and Patreon is a membership site where you can support your favorite YouTubers for $2 a month. $2 a month you can support your favorite creators, and it really helps a lot. If you didn't want to do Patreon, I'll include my Ko-Fi as well. If you want to send just a one-time donation, I'll include those links down below. So yeah, have a magical day, and I will see you next time here on the channel. Bye!